This is an examination of the hidden human condition.
This is the Hidden Killers Podcast.
With Tony Brueski.
Talking about James Craig right now. This is the dentist you may remember from Colorado who is charged with poisoning his wife. The second, another woman showed a little bit of interest in him. And immediately it was Amazon.com. Arsenic. Well, that ended in the death of his wife. Absolutely horrible story. Neama Rahmani is joining us right now. Neama is president of and co-founder of the West Coast Trial Lawyers and a former federal prosecutor. Poisoners. We've seen some more of these this year. We saw, obviously, here James Craig we're talking about and the allegations against Corey Richins as well. How common are poisoners when it comes to people who commit murder?
We're seeing it more and more. We have some pretty high-profile poison cases. And, of course, usually it's the spouse, right, who wants out. So it wasn't, the murder weapon of choice for many years. You're seeing, obviously, firearms and knives and those types of things. Mm-hmm. But I think poison is making a comeback. And you have folks, and everything from, fentanyl and, like you said, Visine. This is the first for me. I mean, usually you kind of see the cyanides and arsenics and that type of thing. But, you have someone who, is a dentist, maybe has some medical training. And, it's sort of fascinating because at least the prosecution's theory, the motive to kill this was someone that he just met, at a conference for a few days. So, people fall in love and, they make bad decisions. But I haven't seen something, just as a matter, this other woman just being around for a matter of days.
Well, and that's an interesting thing because they had only been dating for about 3 weeks, according to the woman that was having the affair. Although she says she was unaware that he was married, he had been telling her that they were in the final stages of divorce and all that. Obviously, that was not the truth. But more damning even is the fact that it was right when he met her that then suddenly he decided to go get the poison. So it wasn't like an ongoing long affair and, gosh, I really love you more than her. Let me go get the poison. Obviously not a good idea either way, but it was a very instant reaction, which I found to be kind of bizarre that, someone shows interest in you. Now you just poison your wife the next day or start this campaign to poison your wife. That just seemed a little bit bizarre to me, but the facts are what they are.
Yeah, very bizarre. Like you said, I don't think they even sort of consummated their relationship. I don't, just you meet someone and then, that's the motivation. Like then, the searches start, right, for the potassium cyanide and all that. So there's a clear connection there between meeting this woman, starting this at least, phone relationship, and then wanting to kill your wife. So really, really strange case. But, if Alex Murdaugh has a lot of fans and people that are in love with him and shirtless, and I mean, it was just going back to that case, the Freedom of Information Act request for those selfies, and that's something that I hadn't seen before. But yeah, you have James Craig just making a really bad decision after meeting someone at an orthodontist conference. Really, really bizarre behavior.
How do juries look at someone who uses poison as their weapon versus someone who shot somebody or stabbed somebody or used some other sort of blunt object, more traditionally, I guess you could say, in terms of killing someone? Just with the fact that poisoning does seem to be a bit more of a sadistic act. It's not necessarily in the heat of passion or something where you're just reacting. It's meticulous. It's timed out. It's sometimes many, many times over, it has to be done for the poison to finally build up and take effect, which in many ways, if you're given cocktails or whatever to poison your spouse, in this case, I believe it was her shake in the morning, her protein shake, every single time you are essentially, hoping that they die after they consume that. It almost seems to be, in some cases, even more evil, if you will, than a crime of passion, or someone who even does kind of stalk down someone with a weapon, just because it's so repeated and it takes a lot more planning to carry out.
I agree. I mean, that premeditation, right? There's no way you're getting manslaughter. There's no way you're even getting the second degree in a case like that. I mean, you're plotting and planning, and it's really that textbook first degree premeditated murder. And it's obviously a very different case, but I mean, that was one of the reasons I thought Derek Chauvin would have a difficult time in the George Floyd case, because it's not an officer that makes a split second decision with limited information, or, it might be unreasonable, or like you said, that heat of passion. It's someone who's deliberately doing something. Obviously in Chauvin's case, it was a matter of minutes, but Craig's, you have this behavior that's going on, for weeks or longer. Jurors are not going to like that at all. And frankly, it's a pretty terrible way to kill someone. I mean, they're sick over a significant period of time. It doesn't kill them right away. So really, really, sad stuff. And apparently, if you believe what's being reported, you have someone, Craig, who's cheated on his wife multiple times.
Yeah.
If you believe what's being reported, lost a lot of money in cryptocurrency. I mean, no, I'm not saying that's his fault, but pretty bad stuff. So, poisoning your wife's workout shakes. I don't think a jury is going to have a lot of sympathy for him at all.
This is an examination of the hidden human condition
This is the Hidden Killers Podcast
with Tony Brueski.